Hello and welcome to the class. After learning scales and chromatic scales, we will learn major diatonic scale or major scale in this video. People who know about Indian classical music, they are familiar with the terms sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa and the all shuddh sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. So the major diatonic scales and the Shuddh Saregama Padhanisa are the same things. So let's find out how the major diatonic scales come from the chromatic scales. As we know, the chromatic scales are the source of all scales. So when we will make major scales, minor scales, the essential two scales to make melodies or to make music, we will extract the necessary notes from the chromatic scale. So before we go forward to the major diatonic scale, we need to know about two terms. One is tone and the other is semitone. Imagine a chromatic scale. Okay, imagine C chromatic scale. So the notes will be C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. Now, if we start from C and go to D, skipping the C sharp note, the progress of the note will be called tone or whole tone. In the same way, if we go from D sharp to F, skipping the E in between, the progress will be called tone or whole tone. Alright? And in the case, if we don't skip the E, we progress to E from the D sharp, it will be called semitone or the half tone. So whenever we are skipping a note in the chromatic scale order, it is called tone, and when we are not skipping the note, we are just going directly to the next note, it is called semitone or half tone. Now, the formula of major scale is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Now, if we apply the formula to any chromatic scale, the new scale will be called major diatonic scale. So let's see an example. Okay, this is the C chromatic scale. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. Now, the first C will be played as the root note, and the calculation of the formula will be started after that. Okay, so first we will write C as the first note of the major scale. And now if we apply the first tone on the C, it will progress to D. And now if we apply the second tone on D, it will progress to E. So we have used two tones. Now there is semitone in the next. If we apply semitone on E, it will progress to F, and it is tone again, so it will go to G. It is tone again, so it will go to A. It is tone again, so it will go to B, and finally it is the semitone in the last, so it will be B to C, right? So by the formula tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, the major scale of C is here, and the notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So we have extracted C major diatonic scale from the C chromatic scale by the formula tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So now we will practically play the scale and let's hear how it sounds. So here we are with the guitar, and we have found the C major diatonic scale is formed by the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? So as we know the entire fretboard of the guitar, we know that we are finding the first C on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And the nearest D of this C is here on the open D string. I mean the 4th string open. And E is here on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. F is just the next note, that is 3rd fret of the 4th string. G is open G string, means open 3rd string. A is on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. B is open 2nd string, and the high C is on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So here is the C major diatonic scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and coming back from the high C to the lower one: C, D, A, G, F, E, D, C. So this is the C major diatonic scale, or the Shuddh Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni Sa on the C scale. I hope this is clear, and we are understanding the another thing, that C major scale is not the only major scale. There will be total 12 major diatonic scales. So we have learned one, and let's learn the other ones. So if we apply the formula of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone on the E chromatic scale, the E major diatonic scale will be E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. Then back E, D sharp, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, E. Right? So this is also the Shuddh Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni Sa on the E scale. If we play A major scale by extracting the notes by the same formula tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone from the A chromatic scale, the notes will be A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Then A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. So where are the notes? A, open 5th string, B, 5th string 2nd fret, C sharp, 5th string 4th fret, D, open D means open 4th string, E, 4th string 2nd fret, F sharp, 4th string 4th fret, G sharp, 3rd string 1st fret, A, 3rd string 2nd fret. Okay, and I have forgot to tell the positions of the E major scale. So this is open E, open 6th string, then F sharp on the 2nd fret on the same string, then G sharp on the 4th fret on the 6th string, then A, open 5th string, then B, 5th string 2nd fret, C sharp, 5th string 4th fret, D sharp, 4th string 1st fret, and E, 4th string 2nd fret. So we have learned 3 major diatonic scales: C, E, and A. Through the same formula, the D major scale will be D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. D on the 4th open string, E on the 4th string 2nd fret, F sharp on the 4th string 4th fret, G open 3rd string, A on the 3rd string's 2nd fret, B on the 3rd string's 4th fret, C sharp on the 2nd string's 2nd fret, and D on the 2nd string's 3rd fret. Okay, so let's move forward to the next scale, that is F major scale. And the F major scale's note will be F, G, A, A sharp, C, D, E, first fret of the sixth string, G on the third fret of the sixth string, A fifth string open, A sharp fifth string first fret, C fifth string third fret, D fourth open, E fourth string second fret, F fourth string third fret. Okay, so let's go to the next scale, that is G major scale, and the G major scale's note will be G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So G on the third fret of the sixth string, A fifth open, B fifth string second fret, C fifth string's third fret, D open fourth, E fourth string second fret, F sharp fourth strings fourth fret, and G means third open string. Okay, so we have learned C, E, A, D, F and the G major scale. Let's move forward to the F sharp major scale. The notes will be F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, F sharp. F sharp on the second fret of the sixth string, G sharp on the fourth fret of the sixth string, A sharp on the first fret of the fifth string, B on the second fret of the fifth string, C sharp on the fourth fret of the fifth string, D sharp on the first fret of the fourth string, F on the third fret of the fourth string, and F sharp on the fourth fret of the fourth string. So let's go to the G sharp major scale, and the notes will be G sharp, A sharp, C, C sharp, D sharp, F, G, G sharp. G sharp on the fourth fret of the sixth string, A sharp on the first fret of the fifth string, C on the third fret of the fifth string, C sharp on the fourth fret of the fifth string, D sharp on the first fret of the fourth string, F on the third fret of the fourth string, G is third string open, and G sharp is on the first fret of the third string. Alright, let's move forward to the A sharp major scale. This is A sharp, C, D, D sharp, F, G, A sharp. So where are the notes? A sharp, the root is on the first fret of the fifth string, C is on the third fret of the fifth string, D is fourth open, D sharp is on the first fret of the fourth string, F is on the third fret of the fourth string, G is third open, A is on the second fret of the third string, and finally the high A sharp is on the third fret of the third string. Okay, so there are few scales are remaining. Let me play them. It is B major diatonic scale is B, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. B is on the second fret of the fifth string, C sharp is on the fourth fret of the fifth string, D sharp is on the first fret of the fourth string, E is on the second fret of the fourth string, F sharp is on the fourth fret of the fourth string, G sharp is on the first fret on the third string, A sharp is on the third fret of the third string, and finally B is on the fourth fret of the third string. Okay, let's move forward to the C sharp major scale, and that is C sharp, D sharp, F, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, C, C sharp. C sharp is on the fourth fret of the fifth string, D sharp is on the first fret of the fourth string, F is on the third fret of the fourth string, F sharp is on the fourth fret of the fourth string, G sharp is on the first fret of the third string, A sharp is on the third fret of the third string, C is on the first fret of the second string, and C sharp is just next to the C, that means second fret of the second string. Alright, so let's come to the D sharp major scale, and that is D sharp, F, G, G sharp, A sharp, C, D, D sharp. So D sharp is on the first fret of the fourth string, F is on the third fret of the fourth string, G is on the third open string, G sharp is on the first fret of the third string, A sharp is on the third fret of the third string, C is on the first fret of the second string, D is on the third fret of the second string, and D sharp is on the fourth fret of the second string. So here all the 12 major diatonic scales have been played on the guitar with the proper position. So this was the entire explanation on the major diatonic scale, which is one of the most important scales in the world of music. And if we learn all the 12 major diatonic scales, we can play probably all the songs which have been composed on the major scales. Okay, so I hope you liked the video and there is no difficulties to understand the entire topic. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments.